everybody, this is Oana. Today we went out to new construction in Summerlin, and those of you that are aware of Summerlin, Las Vegas, it's the west side of town. There are lots and lots of new home subdivisions. Just when you thought that the whole west side of the valley was built out, guess again. We have lots of new home subdivisions. And lots of new home subdivisions also within existing master plans, like within the Ridges or the Paseos. So lots of new places. We went and visited some of the luxury ones. We visited some of the mid-price ones. We visited some of the condos. And it was very interesting to see what's going on out there. The reason that the builders are building so much right now in Las Vegas is primarily because there is a lot of pent-up need and demand for homes, and there just is not enough resale inventory to meet that demand. So home builders are seeing this as an opportunity, and they're building lots of homes in all kinds of price ranges, predominantly $300,000 and above. But yeah, so there are a lot of new home subdivisions out there. We're seeing, especially in Summerlin, a lot of gated communities. Even when they're already within a guard-gated community, which I always think is very interesting. So you have to go through a guard to get into the master plan community, and then to go from subdivision to subdivision, you have to go through yet another gate. So all these layers, I find interesting. Remember that when that happens, you have multiple HOAs, so that's multiple monthly maintenance fees that way. But that's always interesting. Now these HOAs are very interesting because they also have a lot of times, particularly in Summerlin, they have clubhouses. So each little community will have its own clubhouse, its own pool, maybe its own park. And then on top of that, they're building all these massive parks in Summerlin. We were driving through today and we saw this massive park being built. Maybe we'll do another video on the massive park that's being built up in Summerlin. The nice part about Summerlin is that depending on where you are, you might have absolutely amazing views of the city. We saw some of that today. We enjoy watching fireworks from Summerlin, so that's a big deal to us because we always look for places to go watch the fireworks, whether it be for the 4th of July or for New Year's Eve. It's really fun. Everybody comes out, they come out with their chairs and their dog and their kids and all of that, and we all watch the fireworks together. It's a very nice community feeling in Summerlin, but really throughout Las Vegas. So the interesting thing about new home builders is that they tend to be priced higher than resale homes for a comparable home. So, and that's for several reasons. First of all, this is real estate, so the value is in the land, right? Land is a scarce resource, so they're going to charge more because they have to put these homes on land. That's also part of the reason why new home construction tends to be on smaller lots rather than existing homes that tend to be on larger lots. The other reason is what the market will bear, of course, because we do have a home shortage. Also, there are some other features going on. So for example, there are new building codes. Some builders are doing solar, some buildings are doing some kind of water reclamation. So they're doing all kinds of energy efficient, environmentally friendly things, and that of course adds the cost. When they're putting in parks and they're putting in community pools and all that sort of thing, that costs money, and of course so that's passed on to the homeowners that are purchasing in these new communities. Another thing that kind of drives the cost up is the fact that people want to live in Summerlin or whatever community that they want to live in, and so because of that, you're also paying for that name. The name generally comes with some amenities, but you're also paying for that branding like you do anytime you have a brand name of anything. So one of the fun things about going to model homes, of course, is some of us just get ideas of what our home could be like. But the thing that you have to always remember when you walk into a model home is that it's very deceptive. The things that you see in a model home are not the things that are going to come with your home. And some of the things that you don't see in that model home will come with your home, such as doors. So when you walk into a model home, one of the first things that I always notice is that the bathrooms, the laundry room, the bedrooms, none of them have doors, which makes it all feel very open and very spacious. But of course, in the real world, we all have doors, right? So that makes it very spacious. The other thing that you see is you see all these architectural or these designer accents that are not going to be there with your new home. We saw some really dramatic ceilings with these dark wood beams, which were very cool. Those do not come with your home. We saw some features like in the flooring or in the wallpaper or in the tile choices. Those are all upgrades. Those do not come with your home. Of course, we saw these magnificent monogram appliances or Viking appliances. Those are not likely that they're going to come with your home either. That's kind of the difference between a new home and a resale. With a resale, kind of what you see is what you get. With a new home, what you see is not what you're going to get. You're going to get something that is very, very basic, and that's where the design centers come in. The design centers a lot of times will be as much as 25, even 30% of the purchase price for some people. So if you're buying a home for, let's say $1 million, you could spend $300,000 at the design center just to put in the features that you want and that you probably either saw or got ideas from the model about those features. So Summerlin, as some of you know, is on the west side of town, and it's really on the outskirts of town. And this happens a lot with new home subdivisions. They do tend to be on the outside ring of the metropolitan area because of the way urban sprawl works, right? So cities grow from the middle out. So by the time you get out to the suburbs, that's where you're dealing with these communities like Summerlin. And there's perceived value in this because they're newer, there's more conformity, which is why you have these master plan communities. So people are looking for the conformity. People are looking for this uniform look throughout the neighborhood where all the homes are similar, all the landscaping goes together, everything is kind of homogeneous. So those are all things that add perceived value to buyers, and that's part of what you're paying for when you're purchasing new home construction. We just took a look at a lot of Toll Brothers homes, and what I found interesting is how heavily the model home builders rely on architectural decor type items versus things that come standard with the home. And what I mean by that is things like the light features, things like different accents on the floor, and things like that don't come with the home. The other thing that I found interesting is how much they rely on the fact that they don't have doors in a lot of places, such as in bedrooms and bathrooms, which makes them feel more spacious, like this space. This space feels a lot bigger than it is because it doesn't have a door. Whether you or I would have a door here is another matter, but it's all part of that illusion of making the space feel bigger than it actually is. The other thing that's fun is to take a look at what they've done with the walls. In this case, they've put tile here on the walls, which gives it texture, it gives it depth, it makes it feel very rich. Some of the homes I saw something similar, except that it was wallpaper. I actually had to touch it to make sure that it was wallpaper. So it's really interesting. One of the things that I found interesting again is that most of the model homes that we saw today did not have 3/4 baths for the secondary baths. That means that all the secondary baths had bathtubs. I don't know about you, but most of us take showers nowadays, so I found it interesting that most of the secondary baths did not have a walk-in shower, but rather they had a tub. The other interesting thing I found is that some of the homes like this one, they had the bathtub outside. So I thought that was a little bit peculiar. One that I did like though is I saw one that had the shower and the bath in one enclosed space, and that's a little bit different than most of us have, and I thought that was kind of a good idea. One of the things that I liked about what the builders did is that they made sure that they put the valves, the shower valves or the tub valves within reach so that you could turn on the water without getting wet and letting the water warm up. So I like that feature. The kitchens are all obviously very nice, very spacious, very open. It is part of the current trend to have these open flowing floor plans, and that's nice. These are more upgraded homes and more updated homes. These are luxury homes. So the fun thing has been to see that the sliding glass doors are pocket doors, so they all slide open, so you have this indoor-outdoor living space, which is very nice for most of us, particularly living in a warm climate where we do get to take advantage of the warm weather for a lot of the year. In case you can't tell, it's the first week in January and I am wearing a tank top. Okay, so it's warm here in Vegas. And we do enjoy our outdoor living as much as possible until summertime comes, and then we close everything up and we turn the air conditioner on. So people are very accustomed to using a realtor when they're purchasing a resale home, but they feel like purchasing a new home is something that they can do on their own, and they very well can, with keeping in mind that a new home buyer is simply not going to know all the ins and outs of the particular builders, the floor plans, the locations, what things they could get the builder to throw in for them. So for example, there are times when we can get a builder to maybe give you upgraded flooring, maybe give you credit at the design center, give you something that you either didn't know or couldn't get on your own if you just walked into a new home builder. Now, one of the things that people don't know about new home builders is that if they want to have their realtor represent them, because remember, the realtor in the sales office, who do they represent? They represent the builder. So if you walk in as a buyer, you do not have any representation, right? Because you didn't bring your agent with you. If you walk in as a buyer that first time without your agent, you will not be able to have an agent represent you. So this is very important for you to know, that if you are thinking that maybe you do want somebody on your side, maybe you do want somebody to help you negotiate, bring your realtor with you on that first home visit. This is super important because the sales agent that belongs to the seller, that belongs to the builder, will not let you be represented once you've already walked through their door without an agent. When you walk in with an agent, you're registered with your agent, and then after you've registered with your agent, then you can go back as many times as you want without your agent. But that first visit, that first initial visit, it has to be with your agent in order for you to be represented and for that agent to get paid. Because remember, agents do work on commission, so for you to have your agent represent you, that agent will get paid a commission from the builder. So thank you so much for watching. Had a good time today out in Summerlin looking at new homes. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and write comments. We want to hear from you. We want to know your questions. We want to know your experiences, because we want to be able to be engaged with you. We want this to be a two-way conversation. So please give us comments, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next video.